Hello and welcome to Chad Magic. My name's Wally. I'm joined today by Ollie for part 2 of our Pioneer mini-series. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your deck that you've got, Ollie?
So I'm playing Mono Green Devotion again, and the aim of it is to create a whole pile of mana with Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, and then pump that into huge spells that will take over the game that I can get from my sideboard using Karn.
And I will be playing Ollie's Rakdos Midrange deck, which is designed essentially to throw loads of removal out early, stopping from getting any kind of foothold in the game, but then maybe some cards like Croxer to grind it out later game, Shieldred as well, which is great fun for everybody. Now, stick around to the end, because we're going to tell you how to win this mystery booster box, but for now, just like, subscribe, and enjoy the content. So we're back, ready to start our game, but first things first, let's roll the dice.
Nine. Don't think I'm going to be beating that. 6. Definitely not.
There we go. So I will go first, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Round 1. Fight.
Cool. So I will start with a Hive of the Eye Tyrant and pass.
Okie doke. I will draw. I'm going to play a Forest and tap, play an Elvish Mystic, and expect to be Fatal Pushed.
Yep, that's exactly on your end step. I'll Fatal Push the Mystic.
Your go.
Okay, I will untap and draw. Cool. Right, I'll shock in a Blood Crypt, take the 2 life. Tap both my lands for a Blood Tithe Harvester, and as ice, go find the token. I will pass the turn to you.
Okie doke. So untap and draw. I will play a Forest. I will tap 2. I will get out a Wolfwillow Haven and pass the turn.
Ooh, Rampy McRampface.
Well, trying.
Right.
Don't know how successful it'll be.
Untap and draw. You know what, let's just go for another Harvester. So I will have a second Blood token. Combat, I will hit you for 3.
1, 2, 3.
Over to you.
Okay, untap, draw. We'll play the Forest, so we'll go 1, 2, and 3 to play a Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner.
Okie doke.
I'm just going to leave her at 7. I am going to tap 1 and play a Lanoir Elves, though.
Very nice.
And then I will pass the turn.
Cool, right, I will untap all my stuff and draw a card. Ooh, this is a beautiful swamp you've got there. I do love the Kamigawa lands. So we'll play that. I will tap a red and a black. I'll Dreadbore Kiora.
Oh, yikes.
Go to combat, swing both at your good self.
I think I've got to take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And over to you.
Right, let's see whether I can get back in this game. We have another Forest. I seem to have drawn nothing but Forests. But luckily I do have 6 mana needed for a Storm the Festival. So I get 1,
Nice.
2, 3, 4, and 5. So why don't I go for an Old Growth Troll and a Lovestruck Beast?
Fair enough.
That is my turn and I will pass.
Okay, I will untap and draw my card for turn. Right, so let's sack a Blood Tithe Harvester to give Old Growth Troll -4/-4, because I control 2 blood tokens.
Okie doke. So when it dies, I will choose to have it attached to
makes
this
sense.
Forest.
Now, because a permanent I control has left the battlefield, I will tap 1 to push your Lovestruck Beast, and then we'll just hit you for the 3. Can I do the? Yeah, I suppose I may as well. Stomp your face.
Take another 2.
That will go on an adventure.
Just here.
Does it go there? Is that what
Yeah,
we're putting them?
just sideways.
Cool. And yeah, that's enough for me. Over to you.
I don't think there's much I can do. 2 Blood Tithe Harvesters right at the start made things very, very difficult.
It's
However,
a very powerful card, isn't it? But you've just drawn something, have you?
I have just drawn something. You are not wrong. So we're going to put down a Forest. Yeah, we'll do the Wolfwillow Haven and these for 5 mana, and we'll go for a Cavalier of Thorns. 1,
Now that
2,
is a card.
3, 4. I'm thinking about whether I put out a Lair of the Hydra or whether I put out a Forest, because that way I can potentially make a Troll token. I think actually the Lair of the Hydra is slightly better. I have a bit more protection from your seemingly endless removal spells. So these all go to the graveyard. I'll pass the turn.
Okie doke, right. Untap my stuff. Draw my card for turn. Play the Blight Step Pathway as a Seer Step Pathway. So I'll just play Seer Step Pathway. Let's tap 4.
You've got a Croxer.
Yes, I have. It's just the order I want to do it. So we will Croxer.
Yep, I can't do anything. I lose 3.
So it will go to my graveyard. 5 cards in my graveyard at the moment. And then I will Dreadbore your Cavalier.
Okie doke. So, so when this dies, I'm going to exile it, and I am going to choose to put a Storm the Festival back on top of my library.
Yeah, combat, I guess you'll probably block, but we'll swing it in.
I have to. Yep. So that's the graveyard.
And that's your turn.
So there's not an enormous amount that I can do from this position. I think it's pretty much game. I will draw the Storm the Festival. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to play the Storm the Festival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So firstly I need a blocker, so we'll get out the Clan of War Elves. And then next I will get out the Khan the Great Creator. So I have to tick that down. I'm going to go and get an unlicensed hearse.
Yeah,
I'm going to tap 2.
very sensible.
And I'm going to play it. I won't activate it yet. I will leave. I will pass the turn to you.
Okay, I will untap. And Blood Tide will untap. I will draw. Right, so we'll play the Blightstep Pathway anyway. That's what I drew. And we'll just get out the Bone Crusher Giant. So I'll tap 3 for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll swing with the Blood Tide Harvester.
I have
at your face.
No choice but to block.
Yep. And that will be all for now. I'll pass the turn to you.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to tap and I will exile from your graveyard the Croxer and a Blood Tide Harvester.
Cool.
I move to untap, which is here, and I will draw a card. Let's see if I can get away with it for another turn. So I'm going to down tick to 1. I'm going to go and get a Sky Sovereign Consul Flagship. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3 to Kiora, and she'll come in with 7 loyalty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will take out the Bone Crusher Giant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's game. There's nothing I can do. I can't play it out.
Okay. Good game. Wow, I really did not expect to win there. I think I won because of all the removal I was able to throw out really early, which is great. But if Ollie gets the chance to make an impact on the board and get some of those big creatures out, I could be in real trouble. So what I'm going to do is bring in 3 extinction events. I'm going to take out a Croxer because I think it's a bit slow, same for Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And I'm also going to take out a Bone Crusher Giant because I've got 4 of them.
So because I'm essentially a wishboard sideboard, the only 2 cards that I would realistically bring in would be 2 Lovestruck Beast, because that's essentially the only sideboard options I have. I lost the first game, there was a lot of removal. I think realistically I want to stay true to the main combo that it's trying to achieve, which is lots and lots and lots of mana. So no changes.
Round 2, fight.
Okie doke, so cross my fingers.
A shock. Right then, draw for turn. Let's play a Blightstep Pathway. And yeah, it's going to be the same old. Push your elves and back to you.
Untap and draw. We'll play a forest. I have no turn to play. Passed back to you.
Oh dear. Right, untap and draw. Let's go for a Den of the Bugbear. And I guess, in the absence of anything else to do, let's Thoughtseize.
No!
So I will lose 2 life. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of the Old Growth Troll, because then you won't get the dice trigger off it as well. And whatever you find with the Khan, I will deal with as and when it happens.
Okie doke.
And yeah, that will be it. I'll pass my turn.
Okay, untap, draw, play a forest, nothing to do.
Okay. Sorry. Right, Haunted Ridge. Let's do this. We'll tap for a black and another one for Misery's Shadow. Back to yourself.
Okie doke. I'll draw a card. We will play a Nykthos, and then we will tap all 4 for a.
There he is.
Yeah, I think we play it. It gives me another turn, and maybe whatever I get this turn, which will be.
Yeah,
I've down ticked. Yeah, we'll go for the Seeker's Chariot. It's something I can definitely play next turn.
Cool.
It gives me some blockers. Gives me a chance to do something. I'll pass the turn to you.
I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that Chariot, but let's see what happens. Right, so another Haunted Ridge, and then we'll just tap for 4 mana, and we'll play a Sheoldred. So if I hit Karn, you can't use the down tick again next turn. So I will do that. So I'll hit Karn for 2 damage.
Okay, down to 1.
And pass the turn.
what I will do is I've untapped. I will draw a card, and because I've drawn a card, I will take 2. I am going to play a forest. I will tap for an Elvish Mystic. I will tap 4, oops-a-daisy, to play the Seeker's Chariot.
Nice.
And when it comes into play, I'll give myself 2 cat tokens. Then I will uptick Karn to 2, and now a Seeker's Chariot is a creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost until my next turn. That's the best I can hope for, I think, and I will pass the turn.
This might take some dealing with, but let's just see where we go. Right, so draw for turn. I will gain 2 life from Shieldred from drawing that card, and I'll play another Haunted Ridge. So let's tap for a red and a black, and I'm going to Dreadbore the Chariot.
Yeah.
And then we'll tap for 3 to play a Fable. So I will make the Goblin Shaman. So I won't attack and I'll find a token and pass the turn.
What can we do this turn? So I will untap and draw.
And you'll lose 2 life.
I'll lose 2 life. So I think what I've got to do here is go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to play a Cavalier of Thorns.
Makes sense.
Which will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do find a land, so I'll play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. These go to my graveyard, so it's a Karn, an Old Growth Troll, and a Nissa.
Okay.
I will play a Lair of the Hydra from my hand. Comes into play tapped. And with Karn, I suppose I just have to uptick. There's not much I can do. So we'll uptick there, and I'll pass.
Okay, untap everything. I will draw a card, gaining 2 life, and then this will uptick. I may discard up to 2 cards. If you do draw that many cards, I'm going to opt to not discard. I'll keep what I've got, thank you. I'm going to stomp the Elvish Mystic.
Okie doke.
And then I will just pay my remaining 3 mana to play the Bone Crusher Giant. Then I will swing at you with the Goblin Shaman.
Yeah, which will make yourself...
I'll make a treasure.
I don't think I have much to lose by blocking it with the Cavalier of Thorns.
No, you don't. I just wanted the treasure. So,
I smell a fatal push.
The Shaman will die. And over to you.
Okie doke. So I will untap. I will draw a card, which sadly loses me 2 life. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 mana to play a Cavalier of Thorns.
Another one, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank goodness that gives me a forest. And an Old Growth Troll, Elder Gargroth, Elvish Mystic, and Oath of Nissa go to the graveyard. So I can now activate Nykthos for 6. Actually, before I storm, I should probably use Karn in some way. So I've got 6 floating mana. I think I have to find ways to deal with your stuff, and the most consistent way of doing that is going to be Sky Sovereign, unless I get another turn with Karn.
Okay.
So that comes to hand. Karn is down to 1. I've got the 6 mana floating. I will storm the festival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've been lucky enough to get a Kiora.
Oh dear.
I think essentially a Lair of the Hydra is going to be more useful at this particular point. There's nothing much else I can do at this particular stage, so I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay. I think there's a few things to think about. I'll draw my card. I will gain the 2 life, and this will uptick and come back on the other side. Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Can't activate it this turn. Play a Hide for the Eye Tyrant, which comes in tapped. Probably the best way to do it. So I'll stomp Karn, finish him off, and once again I'll just play the Giants out.
Okie doke.
Turn I will pass.
Okay, so untap. Draw and pray.
And you will lose 2 life from Shieldred.
Thank you very much. So let's make a start by going 1. We'll send Lovestruck Beast on an adventure.
Okie doke.
And that will give me a human token. And then I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 3 to play my Lovestruck Beast.
Sure.
I will draw a card from Kiora and I will lose 2 life. Let's go now and tap 1 forest for an Oath of Nissa. So this is an enchantment. I'm getting a little bit crowded here. Apologies for that. So out of Nissa, I'll look at the top 3 cards. There, so I'm going to put this land into my hand. I will then play the land. And then I will tap 2 to activate Nykthos for 9.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible. So I've got 9 mana. I'm going to use 5 of that to play my Sky Sovereign console flagship.
There it is.
And I think, realistically, I need to take out your reflection of Kiki Jiki.
Okay, you're going to kill it?
I'm going to kill it.
All right, reflection of Kiki Jiki is dead.
So let's down-tick Kiora here and untap. I will use 2 mana, 1 and 2, to tap and add 9 mana, so I'm up to 11. That's going to allow me to flash back Storm the Festival from my graveyard. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I managed to find another Nykthos, which I'm definitely going to use. And I found a Karn.
Oh no.
So
this is all horrible.
Karn, I'm going to down tick to 3 to go and fetch my Cityscape Leveler. And then I'm going to use that 1 and this 1 to tap Nykthos to play Cityscape Leveler. And I'm going to exile your Sheoldred the Apocalypse.
Yep. Sheoldred will be dead.
And I will give you a tapped Power Stone token.
Oh, so generous.
I know, I try. So that does feel like a bit of a turning point for me.
I think it is, yeah.
I now feel able to attack. So I'm going to attack with these 2 5/6s.
I guess what I will do is double block one of them with the Bone Crushers.
Okay, and that gets exiled.
They'll both down to 19.
Okie doke. That is my turn.
Okay. Now, where are those extinction events that I put in?
Not there, I hope.
Nope, and it's not here yet. Right, well, I guess we'll just keep going. Graveyard Trespasser. What's the biggest, nastiest thing in here that I'm going to make?
Probably another Storm the Festival. There might be another one in there, I think. Nope.
No, there isn't, so I will instead I'll exile the Gargaroth for the life.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's a good idea.
So I will gain the life, you will lose a life.
Yikes.
I think we might just pass it back, but I'm pretty sure I'm dead now.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident I'm pretty sure that's true. So we'll untap and draw. I think here I'm going to uptick Karn to make this something. I think just for the sake of seeing it through, I should tap and tap to add 6 mana, of course. So I've got 6 mana, enough to play my Storm the Festival here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's great. We'll get a Wolf Willow and we'll get a second Karn. So we'll just put the one straight in the bin there. We'll down tick and we will go and fetch a Pithing Needle would be quite useful. I'm going to tap 1 to play Pithing Needle, naming Misery Shadow.
Yep.
We'll untap with Kiora and tap for 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 to flashback Storm the Festival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but we'll Oath of Nissa there and we'll Kiora. I have no floating mana, so that's that, and these go to the bottom of my library. So I move to combat and I will attack with everything because I think that's enough. I will choose to do the 3 damage here. Yep. I will exile this.
Okay, so Misery Shadow is dead. Bone Crusher Giant, it goes to exile. You said exile?
No, destroy.
You did say exile, but...
My apologies.
Cool.
Apologies.
They're both in the grid, not that it's going to matter.
So you get a second Power Stone token.
Yeah.
And you can choose how you want.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And you can choose how you want to block. I think you said you blocked the 5, 6. So you take
you know
one.
what? I'm going to say, because I have a personal vendetta with Lovestruck Beast, we're going to block that.
Okay.
But I will still die.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Good game.
Ooh, that was a tough one. I honestly thought you had that then.
Well, I mean, I think I ran out of removal very early on and the value just kept going through.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to sideboard out and we'll be back for the third and final game. Right, so I think the plan for game 2 was solid. Unfortunately, the heart of the cards did not trust in me, but I think I'm confident enough that I'm going to leave it as it is for the third game and hopefully win this match.
It worked. No changes.
Final round. Fight!
Right then, I will start with a Blight Step pathway and pass.
For a card. I have made the choice to, instead of playing an elf, play an Oath of Nissa, because you can't fatal push that.
No,
1,
that will be
2,
difficult to fatal push.
3. We will take a forest. These go on the bottom, and then I'll pass the turn.
Okay, right, I will draw for my turn. Right, I will play a Blight Step pathway on the red side, so Steer Step pathway. I think seeing as I've got nothing else to do, I'll just stomp your face.
Stop my face. Taken.
And over to you.
Untap and draw. I'm going to play the forest that you saw. Tap 2 to play a Wolf Willow Haven.
Cool.
Pass the turn.
Okay, untap and draw. Right, let's pop in a Haunted Ridge. We'll enter untapped. And then we'll just tap everything to bring the Bone Crusher Giant back off its adventure.
All right.
Pass to you.
So we're going to untap and draw. We'll play out a Nykthos. I will tap 1, 2, and 3 for a Kiora.
Very nice.
I'm going to down tick to untap. Tap 1, 2, and 3 for the Old Growth Troll. Trigger. I'm out of things to do this turn, but I think that was enough.
Right, let's untap and draw. Right, so Sulphurous Springs will play as my land for turn. So let's go for a red and a black. I will Dreadbore to destroy Kiora.
Yikes.
Then go to combat. We'll swing with the Bone Crusher Giant, but before blockers, tap another 2, Power Word kill the Old Growth Troll.
Oh, nasty. I will choose to have it enter on this forest.
Makes sense. And go to damage.
Take the 4.
And that's all I can do.
Okay, so I'm untap and draw. So we'll start off by playing out a forest. And because it's free, we'll tap for a Clanor Elves.
I love the way you describe it as free when you got Nick Boss out. and it is. I get it that it is, but
completely free. So why don't we go 1, 2 to add 6 mana.
Yep.
I will use 5 of it to play a Cavalier of Thorns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's a whiff.
Oh no.
Such a nuisance, but that's all right. I've got something to block your stuff.
Yep.
You'll probably kill it next turn, and that's all right. I will pass the turn.
Thank you. You've really sort of resigned to the fate of your stuff, but it's by no means settled. It's by no means settled. Right, so we're playing Muse of Vault as land for turn.
Okay.
And I think we'll just go for it. I'm going to tap Sulphurous Springs for a colourless, and we'll play Shoulders. Also untap. I have no attacks, so I will pass the turn.
So untap and draw.
Lose the 2 life.
Absolutely. So we'll go.
Don't like the sound of this at all.
1, 2 to activate my. Activate my Nykthos,
Yep.
which will give me 9. Go down to 5, and I will down tick to 3 to go and fetch a Cityscape Leveler.
Makes sense.
I have 5 floating. We'll pay the rest. Let me organise my lands a bit better to play Cityscape Leveler.
And it will destroy Shieldred.
That will create a tapped Power Stone token, and I think I need to start getting aggressive. So what we'll do is attack with the Cavalier of Thorns. Try and get through that way.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the 5.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay, we will untap. Let's hope for some removal. Okay, so we'll tap for red and the black. We'll Croxer.
Oh yeah. I think we'll get rid of a Karn.
Okay, Croxer will go to my graveyard. You won't lose the life. I think I'm just going to have to pass the turn.
Yeah. So we're going to untap and draw. I think I am going to go down, and I am going to fetch the Unlicensed Hearse. I'm then going to tap to tap my Nykthos to give me 9 mana, and I'm going to storm the festival.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
This is where you find a Kiora and something massive.
5. Nothing like exceptional, but the Might Stone and the Weak Stone certainly helps. I'm going to take a Cavalier of Thorns as well. So I'm going to choose to resolve Might Stone and the Weak Stone first. Draw 2 cards.
Okay.
1 and 2. Cavalier will trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much nothing but land, but we'll take out a forest and place it there. And these go to my graveyard. I have 3 mana floating, so I'll use that 3 to play a Kiora. I will immediately downtick to untap the Nykthos Shrine to Nyx.
You sure will.
I will use 2 mana from the Might Stone and the Weak Stone. Tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13!
13 mana. I will use 6 of that, going down to 7, to play Storm the Festival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll bring out an Elder Gargaroth and another Cavalier of Thorns. So I will get 2 triggers from Kiora.
You are setting a record for the most value eked out of a single turn.
Absolutely, and I get a trigger from Cavalier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will absolutely Nykthos Shrine to Nyx.
Yeah, makes sense.
These will all go to the graveyard, including another Storm the Festival. I think at this particular point, there's not much point in me continuing, even though I can flash back. So I think all I will do instead is just attack with everything that can attack. When Cityscape leveler attacks, I'm going to exile your Unleashed Giant. You get a second Power Stone token.
Right, before blockers, tap for 1, animate the Mesa Vault, and we'll block the 5/5.
Okay.
It will die, but I will, unless you've got anything else, I will take 9 damage.
9 damage it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Part of me doesn't really want to do much else this turn, just in case you have something to kill me. But I know for sure that Unlicensed Hearse is going to be necessary, so I'm going to play it out and then pass the turn.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's just see what happens. Blood Tithe Harvester, and then we'll pass.
I mean, I think at this particular point, that's sort of it. I mean, I've got lots of things I can flash back. But I think for the sake of expediency, let's just move to...
Yeah.
Let's
just
move to
swing it all.
Swing it all. I'm going to exile your Blood Tithe Harvester.
Okay. That will be exiled.
I will choose to gain 3 life from the Elder Gargaroth. And then that's it. So
I'll tap for a black and I'll push your Llanowar Elves. And that will be game.
Good game.
Yeah, game, set, match. Right, so there we go. Ooh. Ollie wins 2-1. Well done, Ollie. Got a bit grindy there, didn't it?
It did.
Right. Stick with us, we'll be back for the post-game wrap.
Those are some really close games. Really close games.
That second one in particular got to a really grindy point, didn't it? I think in the first one I was able to take control, just bam, bam, removal everywhere. You just couldn't do anything.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
And in the second and third games, you were just unlucky not to draw extinction events.
Yes. Well, I sideboarded those in quite heavily. But anyway, we really hope you enjoyed the content. I certainly enjoyed playing Ollie, trying out some new decks, trying out a new format. I've never really played much Pioneer before. So if you're interested, get down to your local game store, get on Explorer, on Arena. There's loads of ways to try these new cards. But what you're really interested in, isn't it, is how to win this mystery booster box. And it's only going to take you about 30 seconds to do what you need to do. Because when we get to 1,000 subscribers, one lucky person who has liked one of our videos, who has commented on one of our videos, and who has subscribed to the channel, will be sent this completely free of charge. The only thing we ask is you let us know what card you get out of it. But for now, it's been great having you. Hope you enjoyed the show. Bye for now.